me a box and I'm able to adjust my chair. So like just when we're getting this Zoom down, I'm going to end up being
We're going to be pros. We are going to be pros. Good morning.
Oh, we're live.
We are live. What?
Good morning, everybody.
I don't see you, Jode. I just see a little black. Oh, there you go.
Okay.
How are you?
Am I there?
Yeah, you're there.
Perfect.
You are so there. How are you?
I'm so good this morning. How are you?
I'm so excited. I am so excited I'm always excited to come share our knitting and get together with you, but I'm even a little more excited today.
We have started. So we feel like we've wanted to have people come in as little guests forever. We just thought we didn't want to have to do all the editing. We didn't want to dive into that realm. So we thought, we're Zooming. It's perfect.
It really, yes. I feel like we're kind of what was our problem? We were no Zoom. We don't want to do it. And literally after the first time it worked for us, we thought, wow, now we can do these fun little, maybe an interview now and then, a chat bring something else to the viewers, because I feel like we're all still stuck at home. And I'm sure looking for things to watch when I'm, bored out of my mind knitting at home. So I think this is really great. So we have this idea of Maker's Spotlight, like a little check-in with someone in the community, maybe 20 minutes or so, if someone would be willing to give us their time, and we could have a chat and bring that sort of element to everybody here.
Right. So there are a lot of beautiful podcasts that have interviews and share other makers, and we just thought we would love to be able to do that. We have gained such amazing maker friends in this community, and we thought this is a perfect time to spotlight their making and shine a little bit of a light on, maybe you know about them, maybe you don't, but just shine a light on their amazing making.
Totally, because we love sharing their products and talking about companies, but me personally, I always love seeing the people behind the scenes, the people that bring you that beautiful yarn or design the patterns that you're crazy about. And so maybe it's just because we're super nosy and now we've got the hang of Zoom. We're like, great, let's see if anybody wants to talk to us.
You know what show I love? How's That Made?
Oh, totally.
You know that show? Like, I want to pull back the veil. I'm channeling a little Barbara Walters. I'm wondering if Adella's going to cry. I'm wondering if she's going to shed a tear from our interview question.
I feel like we should ask her what kind of tree she would be, a la Barbara. That's crazy. Nothing like aiming for the stars. Go straight to Barbara Walters. I mean, it's always going to be our style. We really hope that everybody enjoys it. We hope maybe, we're so excited about it. So we hope everybody enjoys it as well. And, and we're just ready to get this started. We don't have a huge plan. This is the norm.
Yeah.
But we do
much like all of our ideas and podcasts, there is zero planning.
Yes.
We're flying by the seat of our plans, and that's worked for 5 years for us. So we thought, why plan now?
It's kind of our style. Get really excited about something, say, let's do it now, and think, oh my gosh, how are we going to do it after the fact? But that's fun. That's fun. That's us. I feel like we got to just stay with what we know. It's so good to see you, though.
I want you to remind me something. Remind me of another maker. Oh my God, I got to write it down because I'll forget that I want to have on.
Hey, just try and stick it in your brain, and I will text you as soon as we're done. Text me it.
No, I grabbed a pen.
Okay.
I grabbed a pen and some sort of paper. Okay. So it's funny. Tracie and I both got on this morning and we're like, Tracie's like, you're wearing a sweater I made and I'm wearing a sweater you made. Totally.
And isn't that crazy? So do you want to show us what you're wearing? And I'll show you what I'm wearing in a sec.
Okay. So I'm wearing the Missoni Accomplice sweater. Tracie knit
Jodi.
this for me for my birthday. You're going to be able to talk about the yarn, but let me just talk about what an amazing fit this pattern is.
It looks amazing on you.
It's a 3/4 sleeve, and of course you can make it whatever length you want. There's no decreases, so it's a bit of an open sleeve, but you don't have to worry about getting it into things because it's short.
Mm-hmm.
It's such a beautifully, it's a yoked sweater. It's a round yoke sweater, and it's just an effortless fall away from your body. You guys, it's amazing.
So it's a free pattern by Melissa Clulo of Espace Tricot. So you definitely have to go check out all of their patterns. I feel like the way she designs is exactly the shape I want to wear, that you and I love to wear, that looks good on us, we feel good in. And the yarn that I use, so it's originally designed in lichen and lace, rustic sport or something, which is a beautiful wool, and it's a Canadian yarn, and I love it. But why did I change the yarn? I guess maybe because I just wanted to try this yarn, this Mungo yarn by Retrosaria Rosa Pomar. It's a wool cotton blend, right?
It's amazing. I don't know.
It feels like it's been a long time since but I tell you right now, it is a gorgeous, beautiful, I loved working with the yarn. I wanted to keep the sweater myself. I still really want to knit one for me, but it is, so I ended up knitting it with a heavier yarn, and just sort of changed that a little bit. But I always feel a little bit of pressure. Like I felt like this, you would like the colors, you would like the style, but then you hope, geez, I hope I knit the right size. Like, there's lots. You have longer arms than I do, so I'm guessing at the length, but and after you get to wear it for a bit, now you can really speak to like what it's like to wear it, not just to see it, right?
Well, and it's one of these sweaters that we talk about that we just love to wear. It's just so easy. It looks really, really great across all body sizes and shapes.
Yeah.
But the nice thing, it's a cool day today, so I'm going to throw on a sweater, but this is something that's like, and especially with the cotton condette and the shorter sleeves and the neck, if I'm going to put this on in a spring day or a cooler summer day, it's going to work too.
It's totally going to work. I love those wool / like cotton or linen blends. I just feel like they change everything. Like they do lighten up the temperature, and yet you get the beautiful stitch definition, and you get that body of wool, the way a wool garment is, which I love so much. But this yarn is beautiful. It's actually, I think, very affordable. It's a really great price. I feel like those yarns, I have actually a yarn from them right here. I should show the tag. They have beautiful, beautiful blends of like Portuguese wool and other things. So the brand, I'll show you this yarn later. It doesn't really have their logo. It just has the yarn logo. Anyway, it looks beautiful on you. And I love a chevron. Who doesn't love a chevron?
Okay,
right?
So I think Adella is pretending she's like in a green room, like waiting to come on to the talk show. She's like, there's no Fiji water back here.
Let me tell you,
she's so extra.
I hope she doesn't walk out, because all those crazy demands she had, we ignored. Although if she was here in person, it would have been done. She's adorable.
Did she not get her charcuterie board and her melon bouquet?
According to me, she should be getting a foot massage right now. So I don't know what is going on back there.
Yeah.
But that's crazy.
So funny.
Do you want to see what I'm wearing? Jodi, I love this sweater so much. This is the Cozy Classic Raglan. You can, oh no, it's not. It's the Autumn League pullover.
No. Yes, it is. No.
Autumn League pullover. Okay, so you can see there's a tiny little V here, but it's a little hard with the marled yarn. But you knit this for me in Brooklyn Tweed Shelter in the marled. So this sweater weighs nothing. It is my coziest sweater. It is my sweatshirt. I wear it all the time.
I know it's an effortless throw on sweatshirt. It is too big. If we were honest, it's too big. It's not what you would normally knit yourself.
don't you think everybody needs a sweater that's slouchy?
Yes.
And I don't,
Yes.
not for 1 minute have I ever thought it was too big. I've just known I'm going to wear the crap out of this thing. And I do all the time.
Yes. I love it.
I told you I washed it the other day and the water was so dirty. It was kind of
funny.
Like, are you that kind of much of a pig? But yes, I wear it all the time.
Yeah.
So
it's awesome. It looks so good on you. But that marled, the Brooklyn tweed, the marled shelter yarn is amazing.
Well, I totally believe it. Actually, when I wear it too, Jeff says, "Oh, I'd really like a sweater and something like that." He really thinks the marled is really nice. I mean, you could certainly do marling if you had their loft in 2 different colors, which is fingering weight. I've seen people hold 2 different colors together and create their own marl. So that
would be very pretty.
If you don't have the colors that is your jam, then you could do that yourself. I love it. Thank you. I think it's an amazing
welcome.
gift. Amazing
I was
gift.
just looking around. I was thinking I was forgetting something, but I guess I'm not.
Are you bored already?
No, I think I got it all. Well, I didn't feel rushed this morning, but I felt like maybe it was just because we were doing our new spotlight. I wanted to make sure I was up and ready and organized. But I got everything. I think I got, and whatever I forget, I forget.
And if you don't, then it doesn't matter. If you don't have it, it's okay.
Yeah. You know what? I want to send well wishes to Yaz, our friend Yasmin.
Yes. Big well wishes.
Yasmin has COVID.
And she does these amazing crocheted artwork earrings that we've talked about and shown. But we're of course going to send her some well wishes because she's ill with COVID right now. She said that on Instagram yesterday. So I hope you're not affected too much, Yaz, and I hope you kick it quickly. Yeah.
Sending quick healing, get better prayers.
Absolutely.
I wonder if Adella is wearing a gown.
Did she? I doubt it.
I picture her wearing that purple crochet, that crochet gown that Gregory Stitch did it in her yarn. I'm picturing her coming on in that.
Okay.
Yeah. With bows in her hair.
You are funny.
But that's just, it's more of a wish.
In her hair.
It's more of a wish than a thought, but I just thought I'd put it out there. I'm manifesting her to come out in that.
That's like dream outfit for you. That's hilarious. Yeah.
How's your week been?
Okay, so Adella's dying laughing because that is like not in a million years, I don't think.
Yeah.
Would that be?
Or did I guess it? Or did I just ruin her surprise?
There you go, Jodi. That's, I'm sure, what it is. Nailed it. Anyway, somebody was asking about the patterns that we've been wearing and talking about in yarns and stuff. We will actually have show notes for you in our Ravelry group sometime this afternoon. I'm getting a haircut. That comes first. Okay. But we will have show notes for everything we talk about, every shop we talk about, and links. And so we'll have that for you. And we'll have a little link below the video where it'll take you there. So don't worry about it now.
Yeah, you will find it. I'm just going to explain a little more for maybe people who don't know. There is a tiny little arrow right at the end of, at the far side of the description on this video when it's on YouTube after done live. If you click that, it opens a little description box right below where you're going to find links, and you're going to be able to click on the link that will take you to our Ravelry group where you'll find our show notes.
Yeah. If you're here live, just kick back and relax. Just we'll just have a little visit. Yeah. Do whatever you want to do, but it'll be there later. Okay. So, what?
I think we're ready.
I think so too.
Are we ready to say hello to our, okay. So I'm going to, Adele, I'll just give you a sec to reapply your lipstick.
To fix the bows in your hair.
I'm going to admit you right now.
Jodi.
Yeah. You might want to straighten up.
Oh my goodness. This is so much fun. I am so.
Adella is, yeah.
Hello.
Good morning, Adella.
I'm trying to turn you off on my phone. I was watching. while I was waiting here,
Okay.
making sure Jodi didn't
Aw.
say anything crazy about me.
We are crazy about you.
No,
That is right.
nothing ever.
Good to
Are
go.
you going to join with your audio?
You
No,
can't hear
your
me?
video. I can
I
hear
can
you.
hear
I
you.
can't see you.
Why didn't my video start? Of course I am.
Hey!
Hello.
Good morning. Oh my
How
God.
are you?
Look
You
at
look
you, gorgeous
beautiful.
lady.
Leave-in conditioner just for you.
I feel like you fluffed for us. I
I
feel like
did.
extra primping has happened this morning and you look beautiful. You always look beautiful, but you look
I'm
beautiful.
taking a picture of us and I love it. I'm so excited to see our faces together. We would love to introduce you first before we get into any kind of questions for everybody.
Yeah.
And I'm sure many people already know who you are, but we are so thrilled to be able to welcome you as our first Maker's Spotlight, which is a new thing for us. And we're so crazy about it. So welcome Adella Colvin, also known as Lolabean Yarn Company, who produces the most gorgeous hand-dyed yarns. And you are based in the United States. So there's folks that watch from all over. I'm so excited to have you here today. Thank you for coming.
Adella, I feel like we're kind of sister wives here because of your husband.
We are.
Like we all share
Big
Jimmy.
love.
I feel like
That's
there's
so
a special
cute.
connection. Okay. Adella, good morning. I
Good
see you've got a
morning.
yarn wall behind you. It's so beautiful. Is that yarn for pre-order?
No. Pre-orders are a thing of the past. So I am now moving into projects that I'm able to explore my creativity now and work on some things that I had brewing or I was thinking about in the background. So now it's time for that stuff. So it's going to get fun.
Is that what keeps you going when you've got a giant list of pre-orders where you're dyeing the same color hundreds, thousands of times?
Mm-hmm.
Do you allow yourself to go there to think about new colors, new projects, or do you have to have that clean slate before it's like, now things are exploding and I can't wait?
I need a clean slate because the anxiety won't let me, it won't let my mind, do what it does when it comes to like my creativity and my creative process. So like once I get all of that out of the way and I don't have the emails and the DMs and where's my order and it's lost in Kentucky and once I have quiet, once I get that, I'm able to kind of just like sit back and do the part of this job that I actually love to do.
So how long, just for everyone out there, how old is Lolabean Yarn Company? How long have you been doing this?
I've been dyeing yarn for 6 years now.
Wow.
Years, but before I was Lolabean Yarn Co., I was Adella's Crochet Cottage.
That's so cute.
What does that mean? What did Adella's Crochet Cottage do?
Okay, so I only knew how to crochet. I wasn't dyeing yarn. So I would make hats and scarves and, do local festivals. And I had my Etsy shop and I would sell my stuff there. But living in Georgia, not too many people are buying crocheted hats and scarves. And
I'm so surprised.
Yeah, no, because like today it's like 60 something degrees here. So that didn't work out too well. And as I kind of got more into the fiber art and had a couple of things happen along the way to push me into dyeing, that became my main focus. And I actually, made a little bit of money.
Good for you.
That's where I went. And then I rebranded once I had Bean because Bean, I mean, she needs a logo. She needs something.
Yes, she does.
Honor her. Like she is the love of my life, the best project or thing that I have ever made. And I wanted to pay tribute to that. So I rebranded and I thought that little brown faces, we didn't see enough of them. So why not put it on the logo?
I could not agree more.
So now you're going to see it.
I love that. So you share a lot of yourself business-wise. What's exciting? You've got collaborations, what's new in your business world, but you also share personal things, you share your family on a regular basis. Is that something that just evolved? Was that an actual decision? Was that organic? Can you just talk a little bit about that? Because I think for myself personally, I'm so grateful. I feel like I know all of you anyway, and I just adore your family. And I just think it's a big thing to share so freely.
Initially, I wouldn't show my face when I first started for fear that people would see a woman of color and, you know, the way we're set up or the way society is set up, Black is inferior. And if they see Black and they think inferior, my product is inferior, they won't buy from me. But again, once I had my daughter, it's like, okay, I gotta fight. I had my daughter and I have 2 stepsons. A lot of people say, oh, why don't you talk about them? First of all, they're teens, right? And teens, they're funny creatures. But they do have a relationship with their mom, and I like to respect that. So sometimes you don't see them as much, and it may seem like I'm just talking about being, but they're old enough to kind of make their own, you know, digital footprints, and they don't want cameras in their faces all the time, right? But I do it for them as well. You know, so I have, you know, these Black children, and if you look out into the world and if you look at the picture that the world paints of Black people, no fathers are in the home. The kids are all criminals and misbehave, and you know, Black women are over sexualized or sexualized too early. You see all of these things. And I just kind of wanted to, even if it's just my little piece of Instagram, my little corner of the world, we are so many things that the media is not telling you, that they're not showing you. You know, my husband, the greatest husband in the world. He is the best dad in the world. He works hard for us. He fights for us. He speaks up for us. My boys, honor students, JROTC, do not have behavior issues. You know, my little girl, she's just that, an innocent little girl, and that's how she should be seen. So if I can just, like I said, my little corner of Instagram, put that out into the world so that people see we're not thugs, you know, we're not criminals, we're not all of these stereotypes that the world, you know, if that just changes the view for one person, then I've done something, right?
Yeah.
Well, 100%.
Yeah. I am so thankful that I get to call you my friend. And I am so thankful that you have stood up and are making, I mean, a lot of people don't want to rock the boat. A lot of people think there's cancel culture. Nice cup. You know, with the cancel culture, a lot of people, I think, try and be really careful and say what they think other people want to hear. And I love that you are unmistakably, unapologetically yourself, no matter what the topic is, no matter if you're talking yarn or we're talking about Black Lives Matter, it's all coming from your heart and we feel that.
I just try to stay true to me.
Yeah.
I don't put on the airs. You know, what you see is what you get, whether you're looking at me on Instagram, whether you see me at a show, whether you see me on the supermarket. I try to be as genuine and as honest and as humble, you know, as I can be. And I hope that that comes across, you know, on whichever platform we happen to be on or event we happen to be at. And that's all I can do. I can't do anything. I don't claim to be a superhero. I've said it before, especially when it comes to like the Black Lives Matter movement and diversity and inclusivity. There's no one Black person like leading us to the promised land. We all have our stories. We all have different circumstances. We are all so different, but we all deserve to be heard.
Absolutely.
You know, and that's the message that I try to, whether you have a PhD from Harvard and you have this great job and you live in Beverly Hills, or you're a Black woman from the Bronx who dyes yarn. You know what I mean? All of our stories matter. They're all valid. And I just try to tell mine. And in telling mine, I try to show you some other folks that, you know, you may want to listen to or who are telling their truth that might help you better yourself along the way.
Adella, right? I mean, to me, you come across as nothing but 100% authentic, 100% you. And I just want to personally thank you for everything you share, because it really does bring joy and thought-provoking things on a regular basis to very many people. And I know I'm sure we're all speaking for so many when we say that. So thank you. But I do have a question.
I have a question.
Good. No, go ahead.
You go ahead. Because I'll
If
forget.
you have some.
If I don't write it down, I'll forget. Okay,
You go
Adella,
ahead.
are you in your dream job, or did it evolve into your dream job?
It evolved.
I mean, you didn't picture as a young girl dyeing yarn as a dream job, but I feel like you might be in a dream job now.
I am in my world, or looking, I was either going to be a solid gold dancer.
Oh, love that show.
I never missed it.
Or Tina Turner. Like, when you asked me when I was little, what did you want to be when you grow up? A solid gold dancer or Tina Turner, one of those two things. And it was always going to be like, very Sex in the City. I'm going to be trendy and I'm going to live in the city, no children, and just the coolest clothes and nightclubs and drinks. And
the universe had other ideas. I mean, you're
okay,
close.
pivot. That
You're
didn't
close.
happen. I have to pivot.
So I've just my mom. I come from a woman who is very good at making her way, making a way, no matter where she is and what's put in front of her. And that's what I did. And it just so happened that I actually like it. I actually like and love what I do. So,
you're gonna make me cry. Oh my God. It all comes back to our mom. It all comes back to the mom.
Are the only two people that can make me cry at the drop of a hat. So I try to
We're not going to do it. Let's not do it.
Avoid eye contact. Don't look directly at her.
Don't look right at her.
Oh my God, I love hearing that. So can you tell us what a day in the life looks like for you? You're really good at sharing that on Instagram, but can you give us like a little something that we don't really know or may not know as well about indie dyers? Because we see your work, it comes packaged so beautifully, and we get crazy excited to knit it or crochet it or whatever we're doing with it. But what's a little something about what you do that maybe we don't think about?
It is not as glamorous and as easy as like the YouTube videos make it seem.
Sprinkle a little dye and it's done.
Yeah, Jodi knows, right? It is messy. It is hard. I kind of liken it to, people are like, oh, you're always working and selling yarn, because there's a lifespan on this. There's only but so much your body can take of like sloshing around buckets full of yarn and twisting. And, it's very labor intensive, but my days usually start around, depends on what time Lola gets up. I try to start them around like 6:15, 6:30 in the morning, get up, get myself dressed, and drive to where I am now, my dye studio, which is actually our old home. And I get to work, and my days, 13, 14-hour dye days.
That's long, Adella.
It is. I'm getting better. I'm starting to get better and pull back some. I left work when the sun was out the other day, and I almost drove past my subdivision because I didn't know what it looked like in the daytime. I was like, oh shit, I live back there.
But you know what? It's incredibly physically demanding too, right? Like crazy physical job. You're aches, pains, you're working those muscles. Now, when are you at the point where you think, I need staff? I can't, like you say, my body is not going to physically be able to do this forever. You need other bodies to start spreading out that workload.
Yep.
What is that all about?
So I probably could have got staff or needed staff about 2 years ago. But so initially it was, I don't trust, this is my baby, right? Like this is one of the only things I have built from the ground up with my two hands. And I just don't want, anybody, like it takes a long time to build trust with customers. And with, the fiber friends and the people who support you, and in the drop of a dime, one wrong thing can, so you really have to trust whoever you're going to like bring into the fold. So initially that's what was holding me back. So then I get to a point where, okay, I'm ready for a separate workspace because I was working out of my house. I didn't want strangers in here, with my kids and everything like that. Okay, I'm going to get me a separate space. Now I can hire staff. And here comes COVID.
Oh.
And, that literally, I had a space that was going to be built from like, the ground up ready. I was 2 or 3 days away from signing my lease, my 5-year lease when they just started locking everything down. And, at that point I said, okay, well, this is what we're going to do. We need a bigger home because I have abnormally large kids. My kids they need space to grow, right? So instead of giving money to somebody to rent, we'll get a bigger home, especially since everybody's learning from home, and I'll just keep the old one and work out of there, right? Pay into myself, and I'll be able to get some help in, but I'm still leery because of COVID. Like, I trust myself. I know my standards. I know, what I do when I leave and I wear my mask. But who's to know? You get somebody, you bring them in here and they do what they need to do while they're with you. And then they go to the bar at night when they leave. Like,
exactly.
Yeah.
That is
You can't do that.
concern. That's a real concern.
No,
You mean
no, Jodi?
We shouldn't be doing that?
No, we should not.
It's a real concern. Actually, that was one of my questions about how pivoting in COVID. So I guess there's that like silver lining. Like the silver lining is you can work from home in a controlled environment and you can be safe and keep your family safe. But I'm sure the cons are that like you need help, but it's really difficult to get. And maybe your supply chain's not the same. I don't know.
Well, as far as supply chain, I saw this happening back in April. And my support system, the people that support me, the people that are around me are phenomenal because, I say I built this from the ground up, but I don't want to discount the help that I've gotten along, like my husband,
For sure.
who will come in here and wash pans. And now he thinks he's like the speckle god. I taught him how to speckle a little bit, so he helps me there. Or, to be privileged enough to call my mom and be like, Mom, I think there's going to be supply chain issues. Can I borrow a credit card for my business so I can get everything that I need? That's privilege. Not everybody has that. And I totally understand that. And I am so grateful to be able to have those things in place to make it to where I've just been able to breeze through, such a hard time. But,
Well, you've been doing it. And I mean, you're not only doing your stuff in your shop, you're providing yarn shops with wholesale orders in a big way, which is amazing. And people are so lucky to be able to have your yarn in their local yarn shop, which I love. But you've also been, I think we're getting close to our time. I don't want to take too much of your day, but can you just talk briefly about, or as long as you want, about the collaborations that you've got going on? Because I see so many amazing
What can we look forward to for Lolabean in 2021?
Everything.
Good.
The one thing you can look forward to is a more regularly stocked shop with more, more shop updates and new stuff. Because I feel like I've been buying the same stuff since 1777, and I get really tired of looking at it. But I also want to do more collaborations. I want to collaborate with other dyers. I want to collaborate. I've been fortunate enough to where I have, a reasonably, large audience. And I want to share that. I've always said, I can't dye all the yarn in the world. I don't want to dye all of the yarn in the world.
Right.
And if I can take some of that spotlight and help put it on somebody else who can then take their spotlight and put it on somebody, you know what I mean? Keep the chain going. So I want to do a lot more collaborations, and I have one that's coming out tonight at 7.
Are you able to share?
Yes.
Oh,
7
good.
p.m. I don't know how many people know Jake from Ken Yarns.
Yeah. Okay, just a minute. Was it just me who this week found out his name is not Ken?
You're not the only one, and people still call him Ken.
You're not the only one.
No, people still call him Ken all the time, but people call me Lola.
Right.
People, they see me in shows, they're like, hey, Lola, and I just go with it, right?
Totally.
But I have admired Jake and loved Jake for a really long time, not just because of his yarn, but he's just a beautiful human. And I like beautiful humans. Like, you could have the best product in the world, but if you're a butthole, you know what I mean? What do you mean? So not only is he a phenomenal dyer, but he is a phenomenal human. And we got to talk and he's like, so let's do something. And I said, okay, what do you want to do? He said something maybe themed where you do half of it and I do the other half of it. And we wound up on a good versus evil theme. And I picked 2 pictures that were like good and evil, and he did. We sent them to each other and we each had to dye up, you know, something good versus evil. I don't have like the actual pictures, but if you like look on my Instagram or his, you can see the pictures where we drew our inspiration. But he sent me, you remember the show Ugly Betty?
Yeah.
With America Ferrara and Vanessa Williams. So his choice was Ugly Betty, and he sent me a picture of Betty Suarez. So I dyed up a Betty, lots of speckles in there too.
Adella.
Oh, that's soft. I love that.
And
that's
then
fun.
She's the good, right? And then the evil was Wilhelmina Slater, right? Vanessa Williams. So he took a picture of Wilhelmina.
Oh,
right?
Gosh, I love them both.
Those.
So
tonight at 7, you get this as a set. You get one good and one evil on both of our websites.
Okay.
Lolabeanyarnco.com and kenyarns.com.
We're going to link that right below because that's so cool. I love it.
And then I sent him Princess.
Wasn't there another one?
Yes.
Oh, yes. Okay, this is what I saw.
So he did Princess Tiana from Princess and the Frog.
Love that one. That color's so good. Oh, I love it.
He is brilliant. He is absolutely brilliant.
That's beautiful.
And
he's a beautiful maker.
Dr. Facilier, the Voodoo Man.
That looks exactly, wow. You guys nailed both of those. That's gorgeous.
He needed to be bold and he needed to be bright. I love that. Oh, those are going to look beautiful together.
So you'll have two kits.
Yes, and we'll have fingering weight and DK weight.
Wow.
Wow.
So I'm really excited about that because I love Jake and he just left his regular 9-to-5 for good. Huge. To jump full time into dyeing. So I want to support him. I want everybody to support him so that he makes it, you know?
That was one of the things I had on my little list about how you're always promoting other dyers. I feel like I don't see that as much. I think I love that. I love that you are using your light where people have come already to like spread it further. Like, look at this guy and look at that guy, because it's hard to, there's a lot of indie dyers out there and everybody's trying to get an audience, a following, some knitters to fall in love with their stuff. Yeah. So that's a huge, it's very important. I think I love that you do that.
It's a privilege. You know, when you're not bringing in as much as you'd like to really support, you know, yourself and your family and pay your bills, it's hard to show somebody something else, knowing that somebody, you know, you may be giving a sale away. It's not easy to do that. But I don't need much. I don't need much. I don't want for much. So I don't mind doing that. And like I said, clearly I tried to dye all of the yarn in the world and I couldn't, right? So we know like I can't do that. So,
and you just about had a breakdown. Not a breakdown, but just about like threw in the towel. It was so much work.
I hated my job for about 3 weeks.
Oh, that's so sad.
You know, but everybody, there's space for everybody, you know.
Yeah.
Some people may not like my style of dyeing and they may prefer somebody else's, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that.
It is
and
totally.
like I said, to be privileged enough to like have, you know, a steady base of people who purchase from me, why not help somebody else so that they can achieve that and they can do that and, you know, spread it. I don't know. I think people are just like really mean sometimes, and really competitive, and healthy competition is good, but not to where you're like pooping all over, you know what I mean? Other people. I'll never stand for that.
And I think especially now where we don't have yarn shows, where we can't stumble into a little booth of an unknown dyer and think, where have they been? So I think now, especially when people do that, when they're sharing someone they love, sharing another business that they think is great, trying to lift them up as much as they can, I just think it's a great thing, because I think everybody is struggling, and
y'all did for me.
Way, right?
Y'all did that for me, right? Because there were a lot of people who didn't know who Lolabean Yarn Co. was, and then you two talked about Lolabean Yarn Co. and sent your crazy followers.
Yeah, they're crazy.
They're crazy. They mean business.
No way.
You know, I say that, you know, jokingly, but you know, you sent a gang of folks, you know, who supported me.
It's called a gaggle.
A gaggle. You sent the gaggle of folks, you know, and I appreciate that. So you got to pay that forward.
Yeah.
And you pay that forward, everybody is able to take care of themselves. Everybody feels good. When they feel good, they go out into the world and they make other people feel good.
Exactly.
And that's
it's
what
so mutually beneficial. Well, I just wanted to share this too. There's such a great interview in here. Yeah. This is the Winter Pom Pom. There's an interview in here. Our beautiful friend Gigi interviewed you. So if you guys haven't had a chance to check that out, you should, because it was fantastic.
That's so
Hey, things I learned today.
I could sit and chat with you all day long.
Totally.
All day long. I'm so happy. Go ahead.
Things I learned today, 20 minutes might be pretty quick for a maker's.
It's nice. It's nice. I feel like,
we're now going into 30 minutes. I think it's been like, you're perfect to be the first one. You are first. Adella was our first newsletter sign up and won a toaster. So we felt like it's only fitting that you be our first maker spotlight. I just want to show quickly before we say goodbye.
Tracie
Jodi.
This is, I'm not supposed to have this. This was an exclusive zombie knitpocalypse colorway.
Yes.
That you could only get if you were registered for the event. But Adella wanted to see her yarn in a bag fabric.
Yay.
So I had to.
I'm like, Jodi, make it.
Okay, but seriously,
done. It's
Adella.
ordered. I should have it in hand next week, the fabric.
Adella, control a bag.
Yes. Just before we say goodbye, I just wanted to, I'm going to share a little secret with just a couple of viewers that are watching.
This is where my heart drops and go.
Yeah,
mine too. I get nervous.
I know.
It's like,
where is she going?
You. I know Adella sometimes can seem like she's very what's the right word? Like she's not hard, but like
guarded. She takes no shit.
Guarded.
Yeah, that kind of stuff. But little do some of you know, Adella does a lot of giving of her own money / things behind the scenes that nobody sees. So I'm not going to go into specifics, but I just wanted you guys to know this soul here is one of the most beautiful, giving, loving, capable, gorgeous people that I am blessed to call my friend. So I'm truly grateful and thankful that you made time for us this morning. And
always,
I was so excited.
This is where we're very unprofessional, because we're going to tell you we love you, and we can't imagine our world without you, and we're so grateful. So thank you for being here, and thank you for everything.
Thank you for having me.
Don't look at us in the eyes.
And
look away.
Everybody's getting all like,
give our boo a big hug from us.
I will. He's with Lola, probably listening to Michael Jackson somewhere.
And I hope you guys have a great day. Are you going to have a good day today?
I am. I'm going to put my headphones on so I can finish watching you two while I speckle and do what I do in the garage. So yeah. Every day's a good day.
I just say, I'm slightly disappointed that you didn't come wearing a purple crocheted gown. That's all I'm saying.
You know what?
Maybe next time.
Next time. Like if you have me back, you know, like maybe we can do something for the holidays.
Okay.
Like special, like since I have all this free time, we can do something like a creative drop.
Right. Like a
And I'll
pre-order
go
of
back
some
and I'll,
kind.
my Jodi, listen,
Right.
and I'll do like a tiara, no pre-orders. I'll do a tiara and I'll wear a beautiful gown for you.
Yeah.
I would love it.
I love you. You're a beautiful human.
I
Have
love
an
you too.
amazing day. And
Thank you,
thank you for
Adella.
joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Oh my God. Bye. Okay, so
Okay.
what? Who's gonna want to stick with us now? That was
How good was
great.
that?
It was so great. And here's us, we're giving our own review. We had a ball. I hope it.
We were great. We were engaging.
No,
We were welcoming.
Adella was great.
Yeah.
And you're right, 20 minutes flew by and we went way over because I didn't set a timer. But we're so grateful that I know how busy she is to take that time out of her day to come to the knitters, to the YouTubers.
We're so grateful. Oh, somebody said something about my sound. I got new ear pods, people. I feel like I'm 18. They're not the Apple ones. They are skull candy because the Apple shape my ear doesn't like.
Okay.
And so that's what I'm using now because someone commented on the sound. And so that was fun.
It was so much fun that now I feel like, first of all, I feel like I need to cry. I feel so full. Like I feel full of just, it was so great to chat and to talk and hear her speak so honestly. And I just love it. I'm literally speechless and I've got little tears leaking out. It was great.
I know.
It was great.
For me,
for us.
I completely agree. And actually, now that you say that, we had our knit night on Friday with Knit Social to kick off the virtual Knit City weekend. And we hosted alongside Gigi, who is Gay Glaspie, and Amy, who is Amy from Lolabean.
Yeah.
And after, I never get nervous for those things. And I also don't get like overly excited. I look forward to it, but I'm like, oh, I can't wait. Just because I felt like it was a job because we were hired to host.
Yeah. I'm nervous I'm always nervous. I'm always nervous to go.
Oh, I'm never nervous.
Fun. I'm a little bit nervous. Like I just hope.
So
yeah,
totally. I totally see that because it's, you want to make sure everyone's enjoying themselves.
Yes.
All that to say is at the end, it was 90 minutes. We actually ended up going to about almost 2 hours just because we just kept chatting and everyone still wanted to be there. And I didn't realize after I finished how much I needed that connection with our community.
Yes, Jodi. I totally agree.
I don't like, this is getting really long right now, the whole pandemic, and we're into February. And I wasn't feeling like blue or down or depressed, but I didn't realize I had missed that connection like I had.
And I feel it's kind of nuts because you do feel, you know, when you go into a room, you feel the energy. Even if your eyes were closed, you would be able to feel that there's lots of people in here. You do still feel like when people are interacting and you're able to speak to them, you feel the energy of a knit night. There was about 500 knitters that came to knit virtual happy hour, which is so fun and so crazy. It's good. It was really, really fun. And then when people start interacting and you get to, hey, I see you're knitting and show me what you're knitting and you look so great in your love note. And I left. I mean, you do feel kind of like vibrating when you're done, right? Like you're kind of, you just feel the fullness of having had a visit with people and the energy. And even though I may not have felt like I needed it before, you definitely feel like you were so grateful to have had it at the end. Like, it's exactly what the
felt
doctor,
it.
Yeah.
It was
thank you to Knit Social,
emotion.
Gigi and Amy, because we had a ball. We had a great weekend. We haven't even shown any knitting yet, but I do have, we went on a virtual trip to Shetland Saturday morning in our pajamas.
Can I just say, to get out of bed in pajamas, I threw on a sweatshirt, but to have tea and just listen to this lecture was so great.
So Mary Jane Mucklestone and Gudrun Johnston, they normally take knitters to Shetland and you go on this trip for like a week and you go to all these great places. So they had a slideshow and a presentation and a lecture form for Knit City. And of course, it just made me want to like go pack my bags, and I would love to go. It's firmly on my bucket list, but that was really fun. I learned of this. I don't know anything about over there.
I didn't know either. I learned a lot. I was surprised how big it was. Like I actually, for some reason, pictured it being quite a small area, and it's not.
Well, and I thought what was really cool was the Shetland Islands were originally part of a dowry from a Danish princess marrying into the Scottish royalty at some point.
Right.
So I thought, what? That's so cool. Like, anyway, it was really great. And then Sunday morning, we did the Strange Brew, or Sunday afternoon, I guess. We did the Strange Brew class with Alexa of Tin Can Knits. And that was amazing, wasn't it? Like she had that's a class that I think if you love to knit colorwork yokes, like all of these, there's a Strange Brew pattern.
My IKEA is being delivered right now. I'm sorry.
The Strange Brew pattern is basically like a vanilla top-down yoke sweater, and you can plug in your motifs and sort of make a custom one-of-a-kind thing. And she took you step by step through that, step by step through how to make motifs work and what color combinations will work. Anyway, it was just ridiculous amount of fun.
So, and that Strange Brew pattern, it's a separate pattern from the book. It's but it's like when you print it, you guys, I couldn't believe how many pages it was. It's a tutorial booklet that takes your hand and walks you through step by step, either designing a wedge type design or just like a stacked brick kind of design where you just insert each before each increase. And I've knit a couple of sweaters from that Strange Brew.
Yeah.
Alexa's class was amazing.
It was so great. She kept saying, do you have any questions? Do you have any questions? And it was just like, she's so comprehensive in the information that she showed, everything. I hardly had any questions. It was so great. Like, I do recommend getting the book.
I'm just going to answer the door while you just do something.
Let me just sing and dance for a couple of minutes.
Totally.
Actually, I have a minute here. Maybe if you guys have any questions, you could ask them now. That's so funny. Jody's right. You need 30 minutes for your maker segments.
Hey guys, how are you?
I totally agree.
Do you want to just put it here?
Somebody's knitting their fourth Strange Brew.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Have a good day. Oh my God, you can totally hear me. Sorry.
Yes. Oh my God, we can totally hear you. I'm so grateful. Your microphone's working great, by the way.
So sorry, you guys.
You're so funny. Can I just say I'm really glad you didn't go to the bathroom. Knit City
I would be like those. Sorry. I'm just talking over you.
It's hard not to. That is the hardest thing on this Zoom thing, is like a rhythm, a flow. But
patiently waiting for the next person when I just want to be rude and interrupt.
That's whatever. Okay. I don't consider it rude with you.
No.
I'm not, you know, we're excited. But anyway, we talked about Strange Brew, the book, when it came out. We got super excited and started knitting out of it. I still think this book is a 20 out of 10 amazing.
Yes.
Like I think it is, if you love color work and you are interested in any of those things, it really is a workshop with a bunch of amazing patterns, little accessories to dip your feet in, to beautiful sweaters of all weights, right? So the worsted, the DK, the fingering, and then it's got the workshop of Strange Brew. If you really want to just go crazy and do your own, it holds your hand. So I love it. It was a great weekend.
I agree.
Yeah.
Should we show some knitting?
Cheers.
We're a knitting podcast.
Cheers. Let's show some knitting.
Yeah, let's show some knitting. You guys.
I have 2 drinks.
Do you? You're double fisting it. So
break.
I finished and got the pom-pom. This is called the Mount Jasper hat, and my test knitters got it last night.
Jodi.
This is knit. Okay, so this is another thing we need to talk about, and we will talk about it today. This is Jasper, La Bien-Aimée Jasper, brand new color, and the dark color is Mount Kitchener, a brand new La Bien-Aimée color that is going to be released right away. right away.
Right away.
So
Jodi, so
that's
beautiful.
version 1.
Love 2 colors.
But then we got our DK kit that's in our shop from Robin, Rose Hill Yarns. And I feel like it needed to be knit into the same kind of,
Jodi, what?
but what I did was, this is version 2 and both versions are in the pattern because they are slightly different. If you notice, this cast on color is the Garter Ridge colors. This cast on color is the opposite. It's the vertical lines.
Okay.
And there's 4 colors before the break. Here, there's only 2. Thank you.
So you're getting 2 patterns.
So much.
You get 2 patterns for the, okay, Jodi, I love it.
And so I also paired both of these pom-poms are in the shop because they're amazing. But so this will be part of a pattern that's coming out
soonish?
Very soon.
Good.
Soonish.
Jodi, it's completely gorgeous. You're so good at combining fun colors. I mean, I love the charcoal gray as a base. It's like a picture frame for all of those super bright colors. And I think people just want to know what to do with these wild colors. I think they can be a little bit intimidating sometimes, but I think striping them like that, any kind of a color work, but Jodi, that's just, I love that hat so much. I'm dying. I would love to knit one. I'm looking around going, I got to knit it.
And then Tracie was right. She said cowl, like this pattern would be a really nice cowl. Yes. And I think it would be fun to play with these vertical lines, their size, as well as maybe the size between the break in the thing. So I think I'll maybe do a cowl.
That would be fun.
You know, similar to this, but I like to just change it a little bit. So it's
complementary, but not identical.
Yeah.
I love that idea. I love it, Jodi. It's absolutely gorgeous. You've been busy. You know what,
Trace? In this week, I have knit a lot.
Yeah, it seems like you have.
Yeah, I have knit a lot.
Okay, so also this weekend, I started a class. I started my advanced Salbu mitten class. Oh, you know, it's just a class in Norway, but I'm at home on my couch. It's all video based.
That's amazing.
So it's through Knitography, their website, and it's Patricia, and she's been doing all these super fun classes. But the advanced class, I thought, what does that mean? It's more theory. Like she said, you know, you look at these Norwegian patterns, and if it says 56 stitches, you should know automatically that that's a women's medium mitten. So she said, go ahead and cast on cuffs. Pick a yarn, pick a needle. Like there was no real pattern. So that was fun. You can just play with your gauge. But she said she wanted no ribbed cuffs. She wanted just a traditional lace cuff. So pick 2 colors, pick a yarn, pick a needle. Blah,
She's
blah, blah.
bossy.
Right? So this is so I used a smaller needle and a really fine fingering weight yarn, and so this is a typical traditional Norwegian women's cuff, and they were like 10 centimeters long. It's quite long. And that would cover like
so
the
they could tuck up in, right? Yeah.
So I'm supposed to do 2 of these as like a exercise before we get going in our actual. And what I learned from this, the yarns I use, this is Mending sock yarn, the Retrosaria Rosa Pomar. It's Portuguese wool. These are both just 2 colors from that line. It's very fine yarn. Like it's a very much a
bordering on lace.
It's not lace, but it's for sure. Like if you were looking at sock yarn, it's more like a 75-25 than an 80-20.
Yeah.
So it's thinner. But so with this, I thought to myself, okay, I love this for the cuff, but I would go up a needle size for my mitten. Because it's a little bit narrower. So that was fun. And I'm going to be knitting a pattern from this book for my class mitten.
Okay. Question. That cuff had nothing to do with your mitt.
Right.
So why knit 2?
I think it was a swatch-ish idea.
But
and
2?
It was like, well, there's different ways to do these chevrons. This is like the point way. You can do it so they look like little scallops. So
that's
if I did another one, it wouldn't match. I'm supposed to do two. We'll see.
I would say skip it and say you did. I can't find it.
I just admitted that I might not, but I might. Who knows? So this book it's beautiful. It's called Nordic Knits, and actually this is the designer of the book, and it's got lots of crazy, like, beautiful colorwork sweaters. But the mittens that I love are these ones right here, where it's,
oh my gosh,
aren't those nice?
Yes.
So I'm going to do them in a really bright color though, and I think yellow will be the contrast. So I think that little star thing will be yellow. I haven't.
The star will be yellow, and what will the background be?
Maybe gray. I don't know, Joe.
Yeah.
I'm looking at like bright colors. I actually ordered a few skeins from our friends at Espace Tricot. They carry that really
you
nice.
Couldn't find a thing in your stash.
Jodi, not colors that I wanted. But it's very inexpensive, this yarn, and you only need like a ball of each color. Like the mittens will be like $12 or something. I don't know. It's crazy. Yes. But it's very, very nice. The mittens that I've already knit are super warm, even though they're only fingering weight. I've been wearing them at -25, -30 outside.
Yes.
Briefly.
It's amazing.
I don't stay outside.
Okay, you guys, on Wednesday, it reminded me when you said how cold it was. On Wednesday morning, we delivered to the old ladies, to the old folks' home, the groceries. The wind chill was -42 Celsius, and we're outside delivering groceries.
We were only outside for about 8 minutes.
I said, yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
I said we needed hazard pay, and I needed snow pants.
Well, my super winter coat goes way past my butt, like to the middle of my thighs. It's a giant puffer coat. My thighs were frozen. My thighs were frozen. And I felt like the tops of my ears were going to freeze. Like, it was crazy.
Guess you didn't wear a hat.
I didn't.
What's the matter with you?
Because I thought 5 minutes, it's not going to be so bad. I had a cowl and a sweater and socks and all that stuff on. It was stupid. I should have had a hat. You're right. You are right. Anyway, that was crazy. We have been having the worst, most awful polar vortex experience. Have you been knitting something else?
Totally. Yes. So do you guys remember a couple of weeks ago, I talked about the kit that I bought from Espace Tricot, and it's the Fleur Shawl, and they've reknit it or re-kit it in their beautiful new line of wool. It's not new, is it?
It's not super old, but I think it was the first yarn that they released in their own in-house yarn line. It's so beautiful. The Grace yarn was the first one, I think. I don't know.
Oh, good call, because I don't. Oh, okay. So this is Espace Tricot.
Mm-hmm. You're upside down.
And this is their halo in
is it Glacier? No. What's it called? That color?
I don't know. It doesn't say on the label.
Oh yeah, I don't know. I think it's called Glacier or
I think you're right. Something like that. Anyway, so this was the kit I got from Espace Tricot. You got 2 skeins of the single ply fingering, and you got 2 skeins of their halo mohair, silk mohair. And
Jodi.
I'm just knitting one color. Okay.
What do you mean?
The original shawl, these bauble rows, and there was another row in between where it was a contrasting color. So I loved because that original one that you were knitting with different colors.
Yeah, it was stripes, and the baubles were the contrast color as well. You're right.
I did put a line in here thinking I would do the contrast and then the baubles in the contrast and continue that way. I didn't love it, so I left it, but I didn't want to start again because I was lazy. But I'm loving.
Jodi, it's so beautiful. So when you're knitting this in the pattern now, do they tell you to not hold the mohair at some points for stripes or no? So you added that stripe. Is the stripe in the pattern for the mohair version? Because the kit is okay. So you were thinking you would add the stripes anyway.
I was thinking I was going to do this version using her kit, but putting my own of the cream, putting a different color in there.
Okay.
I ultimately decided, and you get version 2.
Yes.
It's just the all over.
And it's a free pattern. It's like
free
2
pattern.
patterns. Yeah.
You guys, this is the very first bauble I did.
Do you love it? Tell me about your bauble experience, because I love baubles. I love them.
So I know you talked about not every bauble's the same.
Yeah.
Not every bauble sits so nice. I feel like, and I can't speak from experience, but the bauble texture, the bauble technique in this pattern where you pull the yarn around and pull it tight before you knit your next stitch, first stitch after the bauble, really makes that pop.
It actually makes a huge difference. The first baubles I ever did not have that where you're slipping your stitch and pulling the yarn around.
Yeah.
And people would say, oh, baubles are so much work, but they fall to the wrong side of the fabric. This, I've seen lots of patterns now do this last little step on a bauble, which is, I mean, the first time I saw it, I'm sure it was in Susan B. Anderson's mitts that I did. But it really does keep your bauble perky and standing up and on the right side of the fabric.
You guys, this was not popping it back through. This is how it sits this high on your pattern.
So you've often said, I'm the laziest knitter ever. Which is what you like to say about yourself. So are baubles, tell me, like, how time consuming are they?
Okay.
Are they worth the work? What do you think?
Okay. Baubles are a little time consuming because you're knitting back and forth a couple rows, right side, wrong side. But let me tell you, adding a bauble to your knits is going to make you happy. It is worth the extra. And let's be honest, it is not that much extra time. Add the damn bauble.
If you love the bauble, it's worth every second. Like if the bauble is your jam, lots of times baubles are optional. Like you can leave it and just knit through. You don't have to make a bauble. I love the texture. I love texture. I love simple things like that garter stitch, but then every once in a while you get a row where there's some bauble. Like, yes, please. Yes.
I mean, I love when a pattern comes to mind, polka dots. Polka dots and stripes make me very happy. This for me is a 3D polka dot. And I think it made me happy each time when this bauble turned out right. Yes. Melissa's pattern is beautifully written. I didn't have to source out or look up any technique for this bauble. It's beautifully written. And I love it so much. This is going to be like, this is kind of like my sock slat. I'm not going anywhere, but I'm just kind of working on it a few rows here and there when I need a break.
Well, it's like a 2-row pattern, except for the baubles, right? So you're doing a right side, wrong side, all garter stitch. To me, that is like the perfect, I'm watching Netflix. I just want something to relax. I don't want to follow a color work chart. Like, I love those kind of knits. Jodi, it's awesome. I love it so much. It looks really great.
Speaking of Netflix. Okay. I read Kristin Hanna's book, Firefly Lane.
Like so long ago.
Yeah. And since it's came out, I've read it again and I never read books. That book was thick. It was amazing. The story was just a beautiful story about friendship. It's on Netflix now.
I know. I've actually been watching it.
Yeah. I haven't binged it right straight through like I have some others, but I am enjoying it so much. So if you guys want to
it's good, like relaxing TV, I guess. I liked it. I didn't love it, but I liked it. And then when it was over, I was like, don't expect the whole book story in the series, but if you enjoy the characters and the best friend relationship, you'll probably really like it.
Yeah. That's what I'm loving about it.
I liked it. So my husband and I, we like to watch series, like certain series together. Like we watched Game of Thrones over during the pandemic and we loved it. We just watched Peaky Blinders over again and loved it. It was great.
I didn't watch that.
No, it's kind of like, well, it's a criminal family. So it's but they evolve and they get bigger and more powerful. It's great. It's a very character driven show. I loved it. And then we've just started Breaking Bad over the other day.
That was so good. I watched,
right? Like we're only in the middle of the first season, and every time one ends, I look at him and go, this is such a good, like, I just love it. I can't wait for the story to develop. And I'm just having a hard time finding a series that I love. Like, it's just so juicy. Like, it's got so much stuff in it. But anyway, it's good. That's what we've been doing.
Okay, so let me just tell you. So I listen to Jeff Lewis live. I might not catch it every day, but I catch up. Like I never am far behind. And he has on it Andrew Freund, I think. I have to sign in. Don't you hate it when things sign you out of stuff and then you got to sign back in? He had a couple recommendations. But one that he said was so good.
Yeah.
It has Zendaya in it. It's brand new. It's got Zendaya and Denzel.
Yes. Oh my God.
Something in Marie.
It's on Netflix, Jodi. I want to watch it. Malcolm and Marie.
Malcolm and Marie. It is black and white. It's set in present day. It's very dialogue. It's very heavily dialogued. It's just these two characters. I started watching it. I love it.
Okay, good. I'm sure I would love it.
Yes.
Somebody said they also love Queen of the South. That's another one of our favorite shows. We love that one. We love Animal Kingdom. Animal Kingdom's another like criminal family, but present day.
Love it.
I love it. Anyway, there's been some really great TV that we've been kind of indulging in. Okay, do you want to see what else I've been knitting?
Yes.
Okay, I shared this book when I got it. It's called Fair Isle Weekend by Mary Jane Mucklestone. It's really beautiful, like linen book. It's published by Lina Magazine. So right after our little virtual trip to Shetland, I remembered, oh my God, there's part of the presentation that shows the mill, a couple of mills on Shetland, and it's Jameson and Smith. And I thought, oh my gosh, I have that yarn.
I knew you had that yarn.
I bought this yarn when we were in Scotland because Shetland Wool Week had a booth at the Edinburgh Yarn Festival, and they have a free hat pattern every year. And it's ready months before, I think, Shetland Wool Week. So people go to Shetland Wool Week having knit the hat. So I bought a hat kit. And I just thought, so this is like 3 years ago now, I think, isn't it? 3 years ago. So I thought, I'm going to look in Mary Jane's book and I'm going to see if I can knit something with this. Or I thought maybe I should knit the hat. So I knit the fingerless mitts in the book with but look.
Oh, just this week?
Just this week. So they're fingerless because they don't go all the way to the end, but they've got like tiny baby fingers on them.
Was that fussy?
Yes, a little bit, but it was so great because, so I've got my second cuff. I just finished my second cuff yesterday. So when I get to the finger part, I've got my circular needle like this for magic loop. Yeah. And then you start working your fingers like this many stitches on the front and back needle. So I transferred them to, I actually transferred them to these flexi flip, these Addy. So the rest of the stitches are still staying on my magic loop. Like it's like a stitch holder, I guess. And then I just work them using these, I tell you, I bought these suckers and I thought, these are not for me. I don't even know why I kept them. Their purpose is to knit fingers on gloves. That's it for me. People love them for sock knitting, and they're really just a bendy DPN. Yeah. But it was way less fussy to do. So you can do the pattern without fingers. Like you can do it with just a big loop, like ribbing,
Sure.
just ribbing at the back.
Yeah.
This is what one of the versions in the book looks like, where you switch your background color.
Yeah. Pretty.
Because I didn't buy the same colors in the book, I was like, oh, how am I going to do, like, how am I going to make these colors work, right? So this is the version I kind of went for.
I can tell you got inspiration from that. It's great.
The pattern is called Tamto. Tamto, right there. And I always write myself little notes for the first one, because just in case, right? For the second one.
Yeah.
So the yarn,
yeah.
The yarn is fingering weight Shetland wool, and it's by Jameson and Smith. And I think they have like 200 and something colors. But these are the colors that I bought at EYF, and I just bought. So I thought they'd make cute gloves.
They go so well together.
Yeah, actually, there was this one too, but I don't know.
Yes. Oh, yes. That pop of greeny. Yes.
Right?
That looks
so
great.
I didn't actually add that one, but I added orange. See, there's little bits of orange in the hot pink there.
I do see that.
So
Tracie, I love them. You love a good glove.
Oh my gosh, I love knitting these, Jodi.
Yeah.
I don't know why I love knitting mittens so much.
Well, they're kind of quick. They're like a hat, right? They're quick.
But I have to say, I don't know that I would have loved it as much if I hadn't used these little things.
Yeah.
And I think there's a few different versions of these now. Like these are Addy, but I think there's other kinds too.
Right.
So yeah. So this was like kind of like knitting a sock. Like I'm knitting it on sock size needles, 2.5 millimeter or whatever. Those are really fun.
Are those the needles you needed? Oh, excuse me.
No, it's written actually with bigger needles.
Yeah.
So that's the great thing about these colorwork patterns. You could just change your needle size and get different sizes of gloves. Like I could still go down a needle size and make a smaller one, or up a needle size and make bigger mitts, but use the same chart and the same number of stitches. So that is kind of fun that way. I really love the yarn. And
I love that came together. Sorry, finish your thought.
No, I was just going to say, I did order a few more colors of this yarn, and I got it from Black Sheep Yarns in Vancouver, and it came like so fast. So if you're in Canada and you're looking for this yarn, you can find it. There's a few places that carry it. Yeah.
I love how that came together. You had a virtual Shetland tour. You're like, hey, I have that book, and just a minute, I have that yarn. Right? And now you have fingerless mitts.
And I've been wanting to knit everything pretty much out of this book since I got it. So it's nice to buy books. Sometimes I buy them and never knit out of them. Right? Like it's like a recipe book. Sometimes I buy a cookbook and that's okay. It is okay. But I really do love that now I've knit out of it, and I've tried this yarn that I've never tried before. Any kind of sticky fingering weight yarn would make great gloves like this.
Love that.
Yeah.
Speaking of sock,
Jodi, what? Oh my God, Jodi, what?
I'm really proud of this because I haven't knit a sock from scratch for a year. Well over a year.
Fingering weight yarn. I bet it's longer, Jodi.
Oh, I bet it's longer. 2 years, maybe?
Maybe. Tell us about even.
After I talk about this sock, I think we should talk about our Lolabean yarn.
I'll talk about I'll have my sock to share, and then we can do that.
Okay, perfect. Yeah. So I am knitting. I'm going to have a sock pattern. It might take me days. I said to Kate, our tech editor, I said, clear your schedule. This is going to take a long time to look through, but this is my new sock. It's with Jasper, the Lolabean color, and it is with their fluoro
Morganite.
Fluoro Morganite.
Jodi, it's so good.
I just had this because I bought this last year, and I thought it goes so well together. It's just a very simple sock. It's not a full length because I'm lazy. Obviously in the pattern, there'll be a place for you to extend it. And then I love this color. So I did a really thick stripe before my toe and for the heel.
Jodi,
it's slip stitches.
It's so beautiful. Like it's one of my favorite things to knit, something that's got a punch of color, but it's relaxing and simple to knit. That's exactly what I want to knit. It's beautiful. I'm so excited your sock pattern.
And remember I said, why are you like, you could do a sock pattern with only one. I seriously considered it. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to take pictures with the one for the pattern. Yeah. I'm going to write my pattern. And as it's being knit by test knitters and tech edited, I will knit the second and maybe do the front page photo with both when.
That's exactly what I do. I only write one, or I only knit one, and then I write it and send it off. And then because I'm, and then I have time to finish the second one. But I remember I don't remember what pattern it was, but I said to you, oh yeah, I've got to finish my second sock for the sample. And you're like, you don't need to knit a whole pair for a pattern. And I was like, you're probably right, but I'm going to knit. Yeah. But even if your picture is one full sock and one in progress sock, like there's lots of ways you can do it.
Yes.
As long as you get what it's going to look like. Jodi, that's so beautiful.
I love it. Okay. Show me your sock.
Okay. So I have been also working on, I love making new little sock patterns. And so that's what I've been up to this week. This one's almost done, not quite, but that's okay. So I've knit a sock with kind of like a little chevrony eyelets and a little bit of twisted rib. And then it's just a little pinstripe. I should take it off my blocker here. It's really super simple and very intuitive. You get past the little bit of fun part at the cuff and you can make the leg as long, or I really struggled about whether to make these shorties. I think they would be super cute. Just so I think I am going to knit another sample. It may not be, I don't know. I was thinking, should I do it in the pattern or not? But it's really, really sweet and pretty. And I think that would be just a really cute short version. And so I think the star for this one is going to be a little bit of twisted rib. So there's a little bit of twisted rib at the top. The heel flap is twisted rib. And there's going to be this little band of twisted rib just before the toe. And that'll be it. Like it'll be, and of course, if a heel's not your jam, like whenever I get a pattern that's got like a short row heel or whatever, I always just insert my own heel that fits me best. So even though it's written that way, I always hope people knit the one they love the best.
Yes. Yeah. Although that heel flap that you knit with it's a beautifully fitting heel.
Yeah. So I'm loving it. Like I'm having so much fun knitting it. Socks take a while. Yeah. So, but I'm really loving it.
This sock, if I'm going to be drawn towards a sock with any sort of lace work, is exactly what I would go for, because it's got a small blip. It's not all over, so it's really fun to knit, but it's short. Yeah. The pinstripes are killing me. I love that. Yeah. I like even those few pinstripes are going to pull that sock like it's hugging your feet.
It is a tiny bit of ribbing, right?
Yeah.
And so literally the body of the sock is you're repeating the same round all the way. Like nothing changes. You do the same round forever. So I think it's quite relaxing. I'm really excited about it. And I'm definitely going to do a shorty version. I think that would be really cute for spring, those kinds of things. I'm
Tracie,
looking forward to it.
It's so good. You're so good at socks. Jeez Louise.
Jodi. Oh my gosh. Thank you. I love sock knitting.
Okay.
And the colorway is called Sienna. And
what yarn is that, Tracie?
This yarn is dyed by Lolabean. So it's super gorgeous. It's actually a brand new color. It's not available yet. So don't go to their shop and say, hey, where's Sienna? Where's Jasper? It's coming really soon, ish, right? It's on the way. But yeah, do you want to tell how this came about? This is very fun.
So Amy asked us if we wanted to work together for them to produce a new color based on a color story that we loved. So are you shocked that mine is this and Tracie's is pink? No. So we started with a mood board.
Yes.
Is that what it's called?
Yes.
And I'll show you my mood board, but
okay.
this
gosh,
is the color. This is the color that the team came up with. Mine is called Jasper, and I couldn't love it more.
It's drop dead gorgeous, Jode.
It's like sea glassy, beachy. It's got a bit of sand. The mohair is much more soft. It doesn't take the dye. It's very much more muted.
Yes.
And then the DK.
It's got a green in it too, though, which really so beautiful. It's the perfect match.
And gray and tealy blue. It's so incredible. Oh my God, I want all the things in it.
I can see why. It is an absolutely stunning speckled yarn. So yeah, it was really fun / nerve-wracking making a mood board, because you hope that it's inspiring, right? You hope that is like something that Amy enjoys. Yes. It was really fun. And then you send it out into the world, and then she interprets it with her amazing artist's eye. So of course my mood board was like warm, bricky, pinky, browny colors. Mm-hmm. And Sienna came back. This is Sienna on the super soft. Can you see this? Like the change in color there. There is magenta speckles. There's like this pale rosy. There's so many tones in this. And there's like an earthy brownie. And when you knit it, every color just melts seamlessly. And then you'll get these little delicate speckles. I feel like it's the pink for people that don't think they like pink. It's very, I don't know what's the right word.
It's not neutral, but it's got that hint of like brownie kind of grounding the pink. It's so beautiful.
I think that Mount Kitchener would be amazing. Amy dyed it to go with Tracie. Both of these, Jodi. I think that would be amazing. So yes, drop dead. So the yarn shows up in the mail and you just about die, right? It was so beautiful.
So Mount, there's other things coming, but Amy felt like she was missing this tone in their palettes. This is Mount Kitchener.
It is? It's so beautiful.
I don't know if you look at that. There's a little bit of that. And there's gray and there's brown and this is the color that's in my hat with this. Mount Kitchener and Jasper. Really? It's amazing.
Oh my gosh. So that's stunning. Okay. Yeah, of course. That bridges both of them. That's so beautiful. So I do have Sienna on a few bases that I thought I would share, because it does show the color differently. Like all these bases are going to take dye differently. This is Amy's mohair, which is so dreamy, soft, and it's 500 meters. So it's I guess it's a little bit finer, right? It's still 50 grams. It's so beautiful. And then, because I love all the fuzzy, furry, beautiful things, this is it on their Kumo, which is their Surrey alpaca silk blend. But you can see those earthy colors. And then I just can't wait to knit it up, because it's really going to blend, right? Like it just seems to melt. She said it melts, the colors melt together, and it's so good. So this has been a really, really fun collaboration to see. Obviously we did not do the heavy lifting. Amy is the genius with the color, but they're amazing. So you're going to find them soon.
Oh, okay. So at the end of the month, we are lucky enough to be stockists of our own color at our Grocery Girls website.
Yeah. So, sign up for our newsletter, because you'll find out all the deets that way, right?
You're going to find our colors on several different bases. The only other thing we are going to be getting are minis in this, if you wanted to make yourself a kit. It's going to be available. So at the end of the month, these are going to be for sale. We are going to have some patterns. We're going to have some yarn. We're going to have fun launching this because we are the first stockists that are not our yarn store.
Yeah. So you'll find these also on Lolabean, like wherever you happen to live. Yes. You're going to be able to get them. Yeah, but we are, that's kind of crazy and amazing. We're very excited and thrilled to be able to have this also on our Grocery Girls. Thank God we got a website, Jode.
So let's be honest, we're kind of like a test thing, like where she's working with people to inspire new colorways and then they get to stock the yarn. Let's be honest, it's going to be canceled. Like it's going to be like first and last. It's done. No, I'm just kidding. We've also been working with Julia, a colleague of Amy's who works at La Bien-Aimée, who is amazing. We wanted to shout out to her too because she's been fun to get to know. Yeah.
I guess I met Julia's twin sister, when I went to Scotland. So I feel like this weird little like full circle moment. I just love it. So I think when the world opens up, we're going to have to make sure we go to Paris at some point. That'd be great.
Yes.
Go do a knit night over there.
I absolutely will agree.
That was
Your
really
guys
fun.
are going to see me traveling to places I never thought I'd go.
I feel like we should book them as soon as possible before we can back out. Well, by we, I mean you.
Totally. You know, it's funny, you guys. So we had our Zoom class with Alexa at 1:00 on Sunday. On Saturday, Tracie's texting, here's the link to the Zoom. Here's what you need. You need to print out your pattern. You have to and I'm like, that's hilarious because guess what would have been coming Sunday morning?
Oh, totally.
Where's the link? I can't find the link. What do we need?
And it's usually like 5 minutes before.
Yeah.
So whatever. It's all good.
Oh,
I thought it was funny.
I just wanted to mention the yarn, although we're not going to have 5,000 skeins, we are going to be able to give you a pre-order after the original order sells out and order more. So everyone's going to get what they want. Amy's going to have the European people hopefully ordering from Amy because the shipping, they use those dollars, they ship, it's closer. And then maybe for North America, we're going to have a few people coming to our shop.
Yeah, it'll be available. So Amy said she loves the colors. So, you know, I mean, as an artist, she's done just an amazing thing. Again, I literally think every shop
I love it.
They stock, or every color they stock is so beautiful. Okay, I've hit a weird point in my pandemic evolution. I've started cleaning my house.
Okay, I will never get there.
Jodi?
Never.
So obviously nobody's coming in. I mean, that was something I treated myself to, is outsourcing, you know, a couple of times a month. Our lovely lady would come and clean. That's not happening anymore. So, and we're still getting dirty. So over Christmas, I was watching some awesome little, what are they called? The Vlogmas. Yeah. And they mentioned Go Clean Co. Go Clean Co. So I go to Instagram and they've got all these like highlights on how to clean your house. It's actually Jodi. It's a company out of Calgary. This woman.
I know, I saw that. I followed her
crazy
because of you.
So anyway, they have an Instagram. They are a cleaning company. They will come to your home and do everything, but they clean everything differently. Like they use Tide, powdered Tide, bleach, and hot water. And they use it pretty much for everything. And they've got all these tips and tricks. And I kind of thought, well, whatever, right? So I, you know, get the mop, get the whatever. But the first time I did it, I mopped my floors, my hardwood floors, with a bit of dissolved powdered Tide. And it was like, I'm texting you, I'm texting my mom, I'm texting Amber. I can't believe it. My floors are shining like I've never seen.
Are you
And
serious?
My house smells amazing. And I was all like is whistling zippity doodah about cleaning my house, you guys. It's ridiculous. I don't even know who I am anymore. They do have if you can't, obviously, like all over the world, they can't come to your
You
house.
bought the handbook.
I bought the freaking handbook. So you can get a digital download of what they do and how they do it. I didn't know if I really needed the digital handbook, but now I've got like their tips and tricks, and it was like 13 Canadian dollars. So you know who I thought this would be good for is like new homeowners even. Like I'm thinking of my son, right? And his girlfriend. I was like, you guys should buy this handbook. Like there's
And
tips
how economical.
so economical. And I mean, they do this where you mix vinegar and Dawn dish soap and you spray it on your shower glass. Do you have glass shower doors?
No.
Okay, so they're a nightmare.
That's not true. Yes, in the basement.
Yeah, so they're kind of a nightmare to keep clean without the hard water stain. This vinegar and Dawn dish soap, my doors were like squeaking. And I did nothing. You spray it and walk away. That's my kind of
You
cleaning.
don't rinse it?
Well, you rinse it later, but all the work is happening when you leave. Like it's vinegar eating away at that hard water stain or whatever it is. It's ridiculous. Yeah. I love and hate Go Clean Co. because I love the result and I hate that they've made me so freaking happy about cleaning my house. But if you haven't, I mean, they're huge. They've got over 1 million or whatever followers on Instagram. They're blowing. I just think everybody should try it.
Okay. So do you have to use Tide powder or can I use liquid Tide and bleach?
Jodi, no, you cannot. You cannot. Yeah. And it's all science-based. Like she's got I'm not kidding you. If you go to their Instagram page and you go to the highlight reels that they've got across, it's a total rabbit hole. Like it's a total rabbit hole. I watched every single one. And
I have to say, I watched several.
Yeah. Like I just kept thinking, oh, apparently I like watching people clean things and seeing all the gunk. I mean, everybody's got weird spots that are hard to clean, right? So these guys seem to have it all sourced out.
I love it.
Yeah.
Okay. Gary said, how dare they make cleaning fun? Seriously,
it's ridiculous. I of course I want to clean house, but I don't want to spend a whole day. Who's got a whole day? So I'm kind of like, one day I'll do the bathrooms, one day I'll do the floors, one day I'll do whatever. I kind of sporadically do it that way. But every time I do it, it's ridiculous how everything is like gleaming. It's not the same. And I'm the person with 20 different like bathroom cleaners and all those spray whatevers under my sink. I have way too. So this works better than any of the other things I've ever bought.
So did you make a solution of Tide and bleach for your bathroom sink, under the sink, that sort of stuff?
No, and I think there's a reason that I'm not sure if you can do that.
Will it explode if you close it in the bottle?
What I do know is it's safe to mix bleach and Tide, but she tells you don't do that with anything else.
Because bleach will make and ammonia will make mustard gas and kill you.
Right. You want to, cause some kind of crazy, weird foam in your house, do that. But she's got all these science now. And like you have to use blue Dawn dish soap. It's different than the others, the original blue. So, I mean, I'm not questioning her and I'm not going to buy yellow because I like the lemon scent better. I'm just going to follow what she says. So far, she's been very right.
Well,
very right.
I'm hoping she'll drive to Edmonton can I hire her to clean my house?
Georgia was cleaning her bathroom yesterday. And I was like, wait, here's the vinegar and Dawn dish soap. You guys, I'll be honest, it smells really bad. Like you're in your shower and it's reeking like vinegar. Georgia just about gagged. Like she was like, this is terrible. Like, yes, it smells bad. But I was all excited because the doors were clean. I'm not kidding you. I will put up with the vinegar vapors because.
Well, I think that's exciting for you. I will not be on that train, but I will be in the back cargo car cheering you on.
Jodi, I'm not kidding you. I challenge you just one time. Do the Tide.
Not even once. Nope.
Jodi.
Look at these bad boys. Speaking of fingerless mitts.
Those are beautiful.
These are called the Fleur Fingerless Mittens by Amanda Kerrigan. Aren't they pretty?
Yeah, I love them. I would cast those on immediately. Those look like so much fun to knit.
Just a little bit of color work, and it's a small area.
So one thing with these ones that I knit, and I didn't mention, it's an afterthought thumb. Well, it's not even really afterthought. You put in waste yarn and come back.
Mm.
Do you think, is that what that's happening with that one? Can you see? Or you don't really know? Like, you know, not lots of times it does look like an afterthought, hey?
Yeah, I didn't buy this pattern. I just take a screenshot.
Because usually, like when you build a gusset, I find that it fits so well. But this one, I'm finding the afterthought thumb is great. This one's really working. It doesn't feel like it's pulling at all.
Okay. Okay. Well, and also it softens a little when you block it.
Yeah. And I mean,
Yeah.
it's the easiest thing with color work is to do an afterthought, right? Instead of working up adding stitches and stuff, I think the afterthought works really well. Those are beautiful.
Yeah, the Fleur fingerless mittens.
Don't you love the colors that she knit it in?
Yeah. No, I mean, it's not my palette, but it's for me to look at, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
But that's your palette, Tracie. You would choose those.
Well, I would. I mean, I would choose lots of different ones. The green and the golds and everything. That's really pretty.
Yeah.
I love it.
Okay. What else you got? I got yarn to show. Do you have more knitting?
I don't have more knitting. I don't have more knitting.
Oh,
I still have some yarn I have some yarn that showed up, and then that'll be it for me.
Okay, Kim is saying Jodi always says no to begin with. Kim, I will never be on the cleaning train. Sorry.
And actually, Kim seems to know you very well.
Kim.
There's a lot of no's at the beginning, and then 5 minutes later, it's like, oh, well, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Ooh, Kathy said her daughter made these mittens. Yes, they are pretty.
They're beautiful.
Okay.
I would totally
What are you
going
to show?
Okay. I got yarn, local yarn to us, Jodi. Non-superwash yarn. I do believe the sheep are here in Alberta, and I know it was dyed with dandelion, like organically, botanically dyed.
Rabbit urine?
No urine was involved, I don't think. It is called Luddite. You're so like, what?
I thought you were going to say rabbit urine.
What is wrong with you? So the company is called Luddite Yarn.
Okay. The color is beautiful.
It's really, really pretty. There was like yellows and stuff she was out of stock of, but it was non-superwash and super local. So I wanted to try it. And I have to say, it's not like, it's rustic, but not like super scratchy. I feel like when you knit this, it'll be great mittens or a hat or something like that. It will not be too itchy, and it's not even really washed. You know, when it's washed, it always softens up a little. I really love the color. I think it's really pretty.
The color for me is so stunning. That olive that she's achieved with just botanical knit or dyeing, it's stunning.
Dandelion
it's really beautiful.
Dandelions.
Yeah.
So I love that she's so local and that the yarn is super local.
Let's say her name again.
The company is called Luddite Yarn, and I'll link it in our show notes. And this is part of her Black Mud Creek collection. So it's a DK to light worsted, 213 meters. It's a really nice weight. I immediately thought mittens. Like, I just think it would make the nicest, cozy woolen mittens.
Okay.
So
where is she located?
I want to say like Fort
Alberta?
Saskatchewan. Yes, Alberta.
Oh,
Close. Like the yarn came in a day when I ordered it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Don't you love that?
Yes, I love it. She was great. So
I love finding out new makers like that, and especially when they're close like that.
Yeah, really fun. What else do you have?
Okay, do you guys remember when I showed that Julie Aslan yarn last time? Just the picture of it? I got it. This is new. This is new to Espace Tricot, and it's Julie Aslan yarn, and it's boucle. It's a 70% alpaca and 30% Highland wool. But so look at the curl.
It reminds me of sheep, of course, right? Like little. It's so beautiful. I think it's a new base for Julie Aslan too.
Yeah.
Jodi, I love the colors you picked. Do you know what you're
You
going to do with
guys,
them?
it's probably going to be a hat, maybe a cowl, but the softness level is a 10 out of 10.
Tell me, what's
It
the weight
is
of the yarn and how many?
worsted.
It's worsted.
It's worsted weight. Look at that.
Jodi, you have enough yarn to do a hat and a cowl. 3 skeins of worsted weight yarn.
It is 100 grams, 220 meters, 240 yards.
Wow. Jodi, I want to knit with that. I want to knit with that.
Okay, so I had in my cart like 10 of the colors to start with. And I thought, hold your roll just a second, order just a few, because I wanted to knit a sweater.
Yeah.
And then I thought, let's just try it out because this is just new to me yarn. So I even one skein, because they have a free hat pattern that you could use. I'm not remembering the name of it now. Do you remember?
It's on the Espace Tricot Instagram, but you do get it for free when you order the yarn.
They put it in the package.
I think
anyway, so I was so excited to actually feel this and see it. It's truly beautiful.
I love it. Jodi, I love alpaca wool blends. I love, love, love. I will have to order.
And with that, yeah. Because with
wait.
alpaca, too much alpaca, it might drape too much. It might grow a little bit with that, but with that 30% of wool should keep it in place. It's going to be
nice.
I
think the structure of that, I don't think you would have to worry about like stretching out. I think the way the yarn is constructed. Well, I hope you do like a cowl or something just to have fun and knit it up so we can see it.
I love it. I love it.
It's beautiful. A little while ago, maybe it was even right after Christmas, Barrett Wool Company was having one of their little, they call it a mercantile sale. Like they've got all these cute little like tape measures, and Susan stocks the little mini hanger, like for when you knit your mini mittens and stuff that she's got patterns for.
I did not know she had those.
Yes, I bought 2 sets. Do you want one? You might like
How many are in a set?
How many are
in a set?
Half a dozen, maybe.
I'll just order. But now that I know, I'll order.
And I mean, they're very substantial. Like, look, like it's thick. They're really nice. So I ordered a couple of sets of those because if you knit tiny sweaters, you need tiny hangers. And she's got all these really nice hand-stitched. These are hand-stitched tape measures.
Did she make them?
No, they're made for Barrett Wool, but the lady uses like felt and linen. So she hand stitched. This one's beautiful. A tomato. It's so cute. And the same lady makes these little tiny scissors. Like she's
I love those.
Jodi, they're so cute. So they come with the scissors, these little tiny, but she's embroidered a little scissors pocket or whatever you want to call it. So I bought those a while ago, and they just always have such great stuff. So I've been waiting to share. They come in these nice little bags, and I put it aside, and I've been waiting. She has
great packaging.
Yeah. So totally.
Yeah.
Totally.
Okay. I have something that arrived. I had her reach out and say, would you like to do a giveaway with my yarn? It's Fab Funky Fibers. It came yesterday.
Jodi.
I was so close to keeping it for myself, you guys. I can't even tell you. But
I'm so proud of
her Instagram. She does like the big chunks in her feed.
Yes. I don't know how you do that.
Her feed is amazing.
It is amazing.
Okay, so I'm just going to go down. This was a box, and it's still available in her website. On her website. I'm just going to scroll down a bit because I want to be able to get it right. I'll still probably get it wrong. Okay, I'm just going to go into it. Anyway, she has sent us a kit. It's got 4. I want to shop. I'm just going in.
Okay.
Okay. Bear with me for just a second, you guys. If I would have only done my homework.
I was just thinking
here it is. Okay. This is a come together set, large. And in it
Oh,
this is what you get. You get yarn. It comes in this box. You get yarn to make that sock set, that sock set,
what?
that sock set, and that. But,
What?
oh, and then the purple. Oh, no, you don't get. Yes, you do. You get yarn to make 5 sock sets.
I've never seen anything like that.
Look at this. Each one of these, you guys, is a 50-gram skein to make one of those pairs of socks. You get 5 in a kit. But what she also did is she dyed a full skein of a neutral gray to go with the kit for heels and toes.
Jodi, that's amazing. No wonder you wanted to keep it the best giveaway.
This is a value of 155 pounds. Actually, that's not true. Plus this, it's more like 175 pounds.
Wow.
So that is going to be our giveaway this week.
Wow.
So you guys will be able to be, it's similar to my walking on rainbow socks. Just a minute.
Right.
I think I can see these.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So that came, and that can be one of our giveaways this week.
Jodi, it can be, yes, it'll be the giveaway for sure.
Let me just tell you, look at all these socks you can knit just with this kit. So
that's amazing.
Yeah. There is in her shop, just a minute. This is a come together large. There is a come together medium, and the medium, oh no, just a minute. The come together extra large set.
Wow.
Is the set that comes, oh my God, I have no idea. Oh, it's the length of the sock. It's the length of each skein. So the extra large, if you're knitting people with, if you want longer socks, or you knitting people with bigger feet, you might want to get the extra large because it's a 93 gram, 5 times 93 gram. And then it goes to the medium and the small. It depends on what size of skein you want.
Right. Okay. That's really smart. And very flexible for knitters, right?
Right.
I love that.
Right. So it is available in her shop to purchase, but one lucky winner this week will get to win their own.
Wow. That's huge. Very, very, very generous and exciting. You know how much you love stripes and socks. Okay. So do you remember when I shared this visible mending book and how I just thought it was so beautiful? So this is by Arona, who is Buku, people know her as Buku, her company name. And I bought the book thinking I'm totally going to try this stuff. And she tells you in here, she shows you how to do weaving patches for socks and decorative, make your mending decorative, in intentionally, right? Mm-hmm. So I've sort of been thinking about that. And then look, she put little patches on. Can you see that?
I think that's so sweet.
I think to myself, I could probably handle something little like that, right? I thought it was a little bit exciting. So in her shop, she has all these things. I just happened to pop in one day. She has these beautiful darning mushrooms.
You did it.
I did. And it sits flat on a table. So you could sit and have but you can also, when you put your piece over, this little bit of elastic holds it on so that your nice stable surface. I think these are handmade. I think they make
I'm
these.
Sure they are.
It's beautiful and substantial and very smooth. I absolutely love it. And then she's created these little kits because I don't have any of that stuff for the mending. So she's got these little kits. They dyed a little piece of fabric.
Ooh, I love that.
It's really cute. So they've sewn up these little kits. This is felt. And so she's got, pins and needles, and it's got, oops, I'm dropping things. It comes with little snips for your scissors.
Okay. I love a full kit like that where everything's together in one spot.
Such a good kit. So you get the little snips, which is all you need for this kind of
Those
mending.
snips are the only kind of snips I use in my sewing. They're the best.
Super good. You get the little bit, these beautiful threads and patches. So she gives you some like yarn things. I don't even know exactly what I'm supposed to do with all this yet, but I will
Practice, right?
Well,
Oh,
but then she gives you all these beautiful
yes.
fabrics to do that kind of patching and mending. So, you know, now when I run out of these fabrics and yarns and stuff like that, I've still got this nice little pouch to always have my mending stuff. Like, this is my thing. Put it away where it belongs, and you'll always kind of have it.
I'll end up putting it away and forgetting where I put it.
Right. So I'm excited to have this because I do have a denim shirt that I loved, and I wore it so much it kind of got thin and then it ripped. And in my mind, it's a beautiful mending project, and I'm going to make it look so fabulous.
Oh my God. Actually, when I see mended projects like that, or if someone's actually like embroidered onto their sweaters and stuff with yarn, I just think I love that.
Let me tell you, even if you just get the book, it's something, I mean, it's a workshop. It tells you everything.
Yeah.
So Arona she actually has 2 kits in her shop, and the other one is for, I don't know how to pronounce this properly. Is it sashiko, like the Japanese style? So I bought both kits. So I'm totally prepared.
Oh, nice.
So they are special kinds
of
needles, just in case, Jodi. And, you know, so if you ever want to do this, you know where to come. I've got you covered. And then what's in here? Oh yeah, more fabrics and more snips. So, I mean, that's kind of exciting.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
So I don't know. I'm going to do it. Now I'm all ready to
I don't
roll.
know. I'm going to be a mender. How rude.
Who's rude? You or me?
Me.
Anyway,
You're funny.
I do love that kind of stuff. So I was very happy that I could get it here in Canada. Her shop's amazing.
I love that, Tracie. You always find such good other crafts. Guess who's having a club update this weekend?
Don't even show me. I'm not looking.
Hedgehog fibers. You guys, we've bought hedgehog fibers years ago. Haven't been for a few years. I was never once disappointed with the yarn that came from Hedgehog.
So good. I got the BFL sock club, and you got the singles.
Sock and the singles. I got 2.
Did you?
And even when you get 2, you guys, everyone is different. Like, I didn't get the same color on fingering and singles. It was different. It was amazing.
It is a great club, and those yarns
they don't
are beautiful.
offer them,
and
all
I don't
the
think those
time.
colors. And I don't think those colors are ever available outside of the club, right? Like, I think I think that's it.
Yeah.
It's a fun thing to do if you want to join a club at some point and you love, you know, fun colored yarn. Hedgehog's always a good one.
Okay.
So remember?
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, I kind of showed. I've got one more thing to show, but then 2 maybe.
So
it's getting late.
Okay, I'll go.
Okay.
Look at these socks.
Oh,
they
yes.
Say, OMG, ooh, David. Did you see these?
Yes.
I did not. They're the OMG, ooh, David by Cassandra Kruinshank, something similar to that, or nothing like that. Who knows? Aren't those adorable?
Yes, they're so cute. I would actually love to knit those. They really
just caught my eye. Just the black and the white.
Yes.
And I love anything Schitt's Creek. I'm obsessed. I love Schitt's Creek.
Totally. I do love black and white. Yeah. I love that. Okay, remember how Mom said she wanted Hohi's Hipster Light?
Excuse me.
Knit in that exact yarn. It arrived.
Oh, it's amazing.
So this is Magpie Fibers Swanky Sock. This is their London Rain color, which is what you see in the pattern photos. That
is there
arrived.
Blue in there?
Yes. Jodi, it's like a dark teal. And then there's this kind of like warm, look at that.
That's amazing.
It is completely amazing. So there's no way I'm just gonna, go to Magpie and order one skein of yarn. It's not in me. I can't do it. They also have this color called Rust in Peace, and I bought this as a gift, but I love it so much that I bought it now for myself.
That's good.
No, it's so, I know, right? Like,
That's showing up beautifully. Yeah.
it's absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah.
It's totally going to be socks, but this was also the week that they launched their feather, aka mohair base. And so between you and I and our girlfriend Amber, I was like sending links. Today is the day the mohair comes out at Magpie. Anyway, I did.
It was exciting. Don't worry. I was excited too.
It's very exciting. So anyway, I sure had to order a skein of that. This is Ghost Town, which looks.
I can't even.
Jodi, I was just going to say, when you look at it on the website, it's beautiful. And then you get it at home and it's like, I need to knit everything in this color. It's so beautiful. It's going to go
so
with
good.
Everything. And it's so finely speckled. Like it's got this blushy, oh my God, I just can't even. I cannot even. And they came out with a new, you know how much we love bougie.
Yes.
Bougie, beaver, and all those good colors.
Excuse me.
They have added to that color palette. Like there's quite a beautiful array in that line now. So they've got a color called Little Bit Bougie.
I didn't see that.
Jodi! Okay, buckle up. Look at that.
I gasped. That's so beautiful.
Jodi. It's
wow.
I don't even know what to say. And then this one, you'll die. This one's called Bad and Bougie.
Oh, wow. Tell me what you're doing with those.
I don't even know, but come on. Something stripy. Wouldn't that be beautiful? Mohair and stripy, maybe. I don't know, Jodi. It's so beautiful. So
wow.
Goodness gracious, those ladies at Magpie know a Little Bit Bougie. Are you kidding? I would like everything.
Shocking.
The mohair is ridiculous. Like, look at how tonal. It just shows up completely differently. Anyway.
That's incredible. Like ridiculously incredible. I mean, I love a lot of yarn. That is ridiculous.
Jodi. I agree 1,000%. 1,000%. You betcha. Crazy.
When I showed Mackenzie's yarn last week, I failed to mention it was a sporty DK. There was fingering. It's not. I mean, it's 280 yards.
Sportish. I love that weight of yarn.
Right? Like
yes.
But when I showed these colors, they're not different colors, but they're sportish, right? I mean, they're definitely sport knocking on DK's door.
Beautiful.
Yeah. So these colors that I showed last week, these, and then these are all available on fingering, mohair, and sport.
Wow. What a beautiful color palette. To the Max Yarn Company. Oh, look at that beigey, pinky.
Yeah, that's pretty.
Yes. All of them.
Anyway.
And that blue is gorgeous. I love that olivey green too. Wow. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful colors.
Okay, so that's what I wanted to show. It's not new colors, but I didn't mention that it was sport.
Well, I love it. I love that base. I love a good sport weight yarn.
Yeah, it's nice.
I do. It just seems to knit up just that much faster than fingering weight, and yet it's still just as nice to wear. I guess if the weather's warmer, we don't know what that's like, but
yes,
I do love sport. I do love it. Well, I feel like, Joe, that's it for me today. My family is coming home soon because Thursday is afternoon off day, so maybe we'll have lunch together. I'm getting a haircut. Thank you.
What time?
Lord. I should be able to get show notes done, and then I will be going to get a haircut.
As soon as we're done this, I'm going to email you. I won't put anything away. In the next 10 minutes, you'll have show notes from me.
Okay. And I just like leave the pile here and go through it as I'm doing it. But I had so much fun today. It was really great to do our.
I just need a couple of minutes, not even a couple of minutes, because I wanted to do at the end. I want to make sure I always show what's new in the shop. We don't want you to inundate you guys if you're not interested. So we're going to leave these little shop updates at the very end.
My knitting's done. My sharing of all that stuff is done. So if you are going to leave, thanks for hanging out. But yeah, where are these from? Mrs. Brown's Bags?
No, grocerygirlsknit.com.
Oh, okay, good. Yeah, great.
I don't think I showed these last week.
I think they arrived or something while we were.
Yeah.
I don't know.
These are new clear double insulated tumblers. Like there's 2 walls. They also come with a straw. And
they do.
It's just like our other thermo hot cups, but they're clear.
Yeah.
With our new Knitiversary logo.
Yeah, they're party cups, celebration birthday cups. I love them.
Party cups. So we had a big restock on pom-poms. This charcoal gray one that matches our DK kit so well. This is in the shop as well as a few fingering. But this is 53. And we had a restock of that.
So those are made in Vancouver by Yarn Bowler. We're lucky enough to have a whole line of pom-poms.
Yeah. And it's got the foam little.
They're the best. They're such beautiful pom-poms. They stay on. They're so easy to put on. I love it.
Amazing.
Jodi, that looks great.
This is a restock. This has been out of sale for a while. It's really white with a dark tip.
I love that.
Just the tip.
Jodi.
Okay. So there are some of these, not a ton. And once they're gone, they're gone. This was our mystery pom-pom, and she's not able to get any more fur after this. So once these large and extra large are gone from the shop, I think it's number 9, if I'm not mistaken.
I know I'm not very objective because, that pom-pom, like we chose for our mystery pom-pom, I think most people fell in love with it, and it's a little bit different. Yeah. It is such a beautiful color, and it's not crazy bright. Like it goes with neutrals, navies, peaches, olives. Anyway, it's one of my.
Can you imagine it on cream?
Yes, it's so beautiful. Amazing. Like I just love it.
I couldn't agree more. I think it's amazing. So this hat leans really with this Mount Kitchener. There's lots of brown tones as well as some gray, and I didn't have the right pom-pom, but Janet had a piece of fur that's amazing. So this is a brand new pom-pom, you guys. Jodi. If you can see, it's got like a light gray core. It blends out to a tan tip, a tan edge with a dark tip.
Those are the kind of ones that to me look like fur. Like, a hot pink faux fur pom-poms. No,
look at that.
But to me, those look like, really beautiful.
Okay, so that's number 15. That's in the shop as well. This is a new one. We've had ones that are kind of similar, but this is more like of a caramel. So it's also got this light core, but it comes out to a caramel tip.
I love those warm ones like that. I think that's really beautiful.
Look at that.
So good. Yes.
Ridiculous. Yes. Okay, and I have just one more pom-pom. This is a brand new color for us. It didn't go quite with this blue. It's a little greener, but it's the softest, lightest mint.
But it kind of does. Like it kind of
does.
I actually really like that.
This area here, it looks perfect.
I think I really like that, Jodi. That's super cute. And you know what? That to me, that color is like spring, new growth. I love it. It's the perfect time of year for that kind of pom-pom. I love it.
Every week, Janet's been sending a few new pom-poms in the box and some new restock. She's trying to just give a little bit of both. We're trying to get our shop stocked. She's only one person and she's sending a ton of pom-poms, but you guys are loving them. So thank you so much. We'll just keep restocking. Say tip again, Amber. Grow up.
Jodi, grow up. How about the don't talk to me in podcasting text? You're
right. Oh, Adella just got her yarn from Mackenzie. That was really quite quickly. That's
wow.
I should change our shipping times on the dates on our website, because it says tracked US 2 to 5 weeks. It's back down to 2 weeks. It's
well,
not.
You just never. Yeah, I actually think you're right. Things are flowing a little bit better through the postal system.
It's not. It's not that 2 weeks. We also restocked our journal. Did I talk about this?
I can't remember. I don't know if we talked to you and I, or if you showed them. I love this journal.
It's that recyclable pressed cover and back. It's got a new version of our logo. If you guys can see, it's embossed, but it's the wording. It's kind of offset like that.
Yeah.
It's got one of the elastic closures, so it keeps everything closed. It's got a place for your pen, your favorite pen or pencil, and it's all lined. And
Jode, one of those, I think maybe the back cover has a little accordion pocket. Like, it's a really good journal. I was really happy with that one. It's lined pages. It's a good size to throw in your bag or your tote bag, like your purse.
Got a bookmark.
Yeah, it's a really good one. I'm very happy with that one. I've been using mine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
It's crazy how much. Yeah.
There's some new things in the shop, but I was really excited because you guys get excited like we get excited about pom-poms.
Yes.
And these new ones are pretty awesome.
Well, and this is the first time they've been actually shown like this. We haven't even put them in a newsletter or anything. So
yes, these ones are brand new. No one's seen them in the newsletter yet.
Yeah. Yeah. Thanks,
so
Vanna.
that's really it. Oh, yeah. Janet's here. Good morning, Janet.
Hi,
Janet. Is the teal, awesome. You guys, the teal pom. Oh, you know what? Okay. I'm all over the place. The teal pom-pom, we cannot get the fur anymore.
Oh,
I'm sorry to break that news. I can't tell you how many people love the teal, because the teal would be perfect with that yarn. But yeah, Janet's still working on restocking or finding a new teal one that we love just as much. Yeah. Just so you know, that light blue one with the black tips.
Yes.
It was restocked. What's left in the shop is, again, all that we can get.
Yeah.
So if you liked the blue.
Yeah. It's kind of crazy the way things, the supplies, all of a sudden they're just not making that one anymore. But it is definitely Janet's and our goal to have fresh, fun colors. So we're going to keep looking, and, we have these fun little Zoom meetings where she'll show us samples, and it's a pom-pom powwow. We love having these little meetings. It's great. Pom-pom meetings over Zoom.
Good. I'm so glad.
Yeah.
No, Adella, you didn't get Mackenzie's yarn, did you? Didn't you get the Grocery Girls yarn and the Rose Hill yarn in that package? Or did she get it all? I can't remember what was in her package. But I packed her order this week. I think you might have got the DK or the Grocery Girls yarn. Anyway, it doesn't matter. She got yarn and she's super excited.
Yeah.
Oh, Yarn Bowl. Janet's sending a blue teal option next week.
Yay! How exciting!
Yeah.
That's great.
So that's it. My throat's kind of sore.
I know. We've had a lot of talking today.
Not sick sore, but sore. I need to shut up.
And so
she got
when
a
I just said pom-pom, I just said powwow, and that's not okay. I shouldn't be using that term.
Yes.
Yeah.
But thank you for catching yourself, because
it was a cute alliteration in my head, but that is not the way the word should be used. It's an indigenous, it's a big deal with indigenous cultures to have these, they're special events, and I know nothing about them. So I'm going to catch myself
on that.
Yeah.
But you know what?
So I apologize. I apologize.
You know what I think is so positive coming from this is that we've learned, like, that used to be, that used to be when people talked about, let's have a chit chat, powwow was a word that we talked about, and not in a negative way, but it was a term that we used about getting together and talking.
Yeah.
But I'm so happy that we learned that the Indigenous people don't like us to use that word in that way.
It's cultural appropriation, and I'm not Indigenous, and I don't really know what that word means. I shouldn't twist it to make it something it's not, just because it sounds cute in what I was saying.
Yeah. So some of it's learned behavior that we have to catch ourselves and know that.
I feel bad saying that now, but anyway.
No, you're good, because it wasn't the words that you wanted to choose, and it's all good.
Yeah. My mouth goes faster than my brain all the time, so I apologize.
That's usually me.
Adella says, let's shoot the shit. Anyway.
Oh, it's funny. Someone's Notorious Amy, she says, thanks for saying it. I always used to call things my spirit animal, and someone made me aware of the meaning, and I stopped it. See? Yeah. I've used that, and you just don't. And this is what has come out of the inclusion and the diversity and the everything that we've come up talking about is I love to be called out and said,
me too.
That was a term, like my spirit animal. I think of it as such a positive thing. Like I'm actually, like I say, so-and-so, you're my spirit animal. I'm referring to, I feel like we're so much alike. We're so in touch, and it's in a positive light, but really it's not the right term.
But we don't really know what that term actually, I mean, I'm sure it's deeper than that. So, and it's also not part of our culture. So we don't know how to use it properly. And like, I think in popular culture, this is what happens. What we think of as a cute term, it has a much deeper meaning to a whole culture of people. And it's not okay to make it a cute, flippant thing to put in our everyday language. So do I love that now we're more aware of that, and that we can say these things now, and absolutely to apologize and to be better, right? Isn't that our goal? Because just to be better all the time.
Because we know you're coming, obviously, always from a positive, loving place. So when you catch yourself, I have a term that is now taken back. The Indigenous people have taken it back and say, whoa, this is what we use. This is why we do it. And we'd rather you not be using that term in that way. I love to hear about that. I love to be called out.
I do love the Indigenous culture. I am actually completely fascinated. I think it's beautiful. We're so lucky in Canada to have a really strong Indigenous community, right? Mm-hmm. So everything I see, I love. So I would always like to learn more and be better that way. So
there you go. We all are learning today, and we're all being better today. Yeah. Sounds good.
I just didn't want to leave that hanging there, because that's not how I feel.
Good.
So I had a great day. I hope you guys have fun joining our chat. It was an extra special day with our first Maker Spotlight and chatting with Adella. I could have talked all day. She's just so easy to talk to and shares so well and is so honest, right? And true and real. And I love that.
I agree. It kind of came about organically because Tracie and I for years have said it would be so great to be able to host people on and just talk about what they love and why they do it and what's happening in their world. So when we thought we would implement that, it was just perfect.
It was great. I had a great day. I can't wait for next week. The weeks seem to fly by, literally so fast, but I really am loving, we were in this routine now, right? Where every Thursday morning we do this, and I'm loving it. So we're going to do our best to stay on that schedule and come back and visit with you guys. So I hope everybody had a fun time today.
Have a great week. It's Valentine's this weekend. If you're not with another someone, love yourself. If you're not in a relationship, always be kind and
And it's okay to be cynical and think Valentine's Day is nothing. Doesn't have to be a thing. It's been made into a thing. Doesn't have to be a thing. So enjoy whatever it is you're going to enjoy on Valentine's Day. It is a good day to have like a pink cupcake, but it doesn't have to be anything else. You can tell people that you love them.
Yes.
Are you?
It doesn't have to be in a relationship. It could just be tell someone you love them that you love them. You're right.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Okay. Well, enjoy your Valentine's.
Thank you.
All right, everybody. Have an awesome week.
We'll talk to you later.